Hello and welcome to the world of NDE 4.0. My name is Johannes Vrana, and this is a great year because in my eyes, this year, this very moment, this first international conference on NDE 4.0, it will be remembered as a landmark moment for the complete NDE and NDT industry. In my eyes, we are bringing with this conference, we are bringing together the world of NDE and NDT to shape our future. So hello and welcome to the first international conference on NDE 4.0. Now NDE 4.0, that's the fourth revolution of non-destructive evaluation. And NDE 4.0, for me, that's a world of collaboration. That's why it was so important for us to get this conference going, and we worked on it for about the last 1.5 years to make it happen. But I think the program we have, that's really worth of the fourth revolution. You all know the challenges we have been facing the last year, but finally we are here. And we will continue this journey. We will continue to build up the momentum for NDE 4.0, which we are starting with this conference. Because next year, in April 2022, or to be exact, April 26 to 28, we will meet again. We will meet in Munich and Germany and continue this journey. But now, let's get this first international conference on NDE 4.0 going. Now, for me, the world of NDE 4.0, that's a world of collaboration. And that's why we already founded the ICNDT Special Interest Group on NDE 4.0 back in 2018. And by now we have 27 NDE 4.0 ambassadors, and that is growing quickly, that group. And looking on the program we were able to put together, we have presenters from 16 different nations. I hope I didn't forget anybody. We have 4 great keynotes, both from the NDE industry and from actually some of the bigger players out there from outside of the NDE industry, showing us a little bit, giving us a little bit of feedback. We have in total 26 invited presentations, including 11 presentations from our NDE societies. We have 12 commercial presentations, and we have 4 great panel discussions. Now, all the presenters of a particular day will actually come together in that panel discussion. So this is really where the world of collaboration starts, where we are talking to each other. And it will not just be the 6 presenters of that day discussing. No. You also will have the opportunity to ask whatever you want by using the chat box here in this program. And if you already have some questions during actually the presentation or listening to the presentation, feel free to just put them down here in the chat box and we will record them. And then once we get to the panel, then we will ask the panelists. Now, in my eyes, I think that's a really great program, really worthy of that fourth revolution. And this program is building up. We are starting with general NDE 4.0 topics, kind of to give you an introduction of what is NDE 4.0 about. And this will be about the NDE 4.0 ecosystem, inspector roles, human-machine interaction, reliability, and standardization. And once we have this basement, those basics, then we can build on top of that the technical basics. And then we'll be getting into IoT, digital twin, cyber-physical loop, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, you name it. Now, once we have those, then we can build on top. Yeah, we can get into the industrial applications. And we have 5 different industries. We are already seeing some first application for the industrial applications. And we are starting with, composites. We're getting into civil engineering, railway, automotive, and oil and gas. Now, last day, and for me that last day is kind of the heart of this conference, because talking about the world of collaboration, yeah, if we have a world of collaboration, we need the societies, because the societies is what brings people together. And the societies, on that day, we will be getting into all different kinds of NDE 4.0 roadmaps we have, about the different NDE 4.0 activities in the societies, whether it's the ICNDT, DGZFP, BINDT, ASNT, or whatever. We also will hear about 2 already ongoing NDE 4.0 projects, the NDE 4.0 Handbook and the REMA project. And we will hear about the digitalization efforts of the Testing, Inspection and Certification Council. And for sure, on every day, we will have a live panel discussion for 60 minutes, where you can ask the speakers of the day whatever you like them to ask. Now, to show you a little bit more a structure, we really didn't want you to get zoomed out during this virtual conference. And therefore, we decided for a 2+2 scheme. So we will start on Wednesday and Thursday of week number 1, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, the second week, so that you have 4 days in between to digest all of what you have heard during the first 2 days. Also, we thought, okay, we shouldn't do it too long every day, because you can only take so much information. And we tried to keep the individual blocks quite short, all to get you from getting zoomed out. Now, each of those blocks will be about 40 to 45 minutes of presentation, plus a 5-minute commercial presentation, plus 5 minutes of break. At the beginning of each of those runs, we will have some greetings and some introduction. And this is actually the introduction to day number 1. Now, this block is completely pre-recorded, and therefore it enables us to stream it twice to accommodate all your needs for different time zones. And then we're getting to the panel, and the panel will be live. Every day we will have 60 minutes of a panel, and finally on the last day we will also get into some closing remarks. Now that panel has to be at the same time for everybody, which means that unfortunately at the West Coast you have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and in Melbourne, yeah, it will start at 11 o'clock in the evening. And then we have those 2 runs of all our presentations, and depending on your time zone, depending on your personal favorite, you can choose whichever one you like. And actually, if you want, you can watch it twice. Now on the first day, we will start with a keynote from Singh. will right now, right after my presentation here, he will get into NDE 4.0 an ecosystem perspective. Next up will be Maria Bertovich talking about redefining the traditional inspector roles. After a short break, Bernd Waleski with NDE 4.0 modules for human-machine interaction and for assistance in manual inspection. Daniel Kanzler presenting about reliability, POD 4.0. And for me, that's a really important topic, not only for NDE, but in particular for NDE 4.0. Vladimir Siasko, he will be getting into standardization. And last but definitely not least, Caroline Bull with her presentation on the role of diversity and inclusion in NDE 4.0. And after those 6 presentations, we will get into the live panel discussion, which at the first day is facilitated by Robert Smith, and you will have all the opportunity to ask whatever you want. Now, in between, we also have those 3 commercial presentations, starting with Volume Graphics, Olympus, and Dymate. And speaking about our sponsors, thanks a lot to all of you. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. Also, thanks a lot to the scientific committee and to the organizing committee. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. And thanks a lot to Steffi Dehlau, because her and her team, they are really the ones who made this conference happen by all the work they are doing in the background. And last but not least, thanks a lot to all of you, because every conference can only be as good as its audience. And next year, we will continue this journey with the second international conference on NDE 4.0, April 26 to 28, 2022 in Munich. But now, welcome to this conference. Welcome to the world of NDE 4.0, to the road to collaboration. I hope you will enjoy the next 3 days. And now it's time for Rippy's presentation. So Rippy, the stage is yours.